Did you know that the average content creator loses up to 70% of their income during a recession? And this usually happens because sponsorships dry up, ad revenue disappears, and the creators don't have any other way to make money with their content. But there's a small group of content creators that actually thrive during a recession, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you have the potential to do the same thing. And the best part about this is that it doesn't require to have 1 million followers. It doesn't even require to have 10,000 followers. You simply just have to create content that solves a problem or answers a question. Also, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. This will work for Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter, and even here on YouTube. What you can do starting today is you can build revenue streams that don't rely on platforms and unpredictable algorithms. You can build a sustainable, real online business even when times get tough. And as you know, the word recession has been thrown around a lot in these past few weeks, and so it's time to prepare before it's too late. In this video, I am going to reveal something called the recession-proof creator business model. In this video, I'm going to reveal 3 different income streams that you can implement into your business, regardless of the size of your business, regardless of how many followers you have, that can make your business a real business and be recession-proof. And by the end of this video, you'll have a complete game plan that is platform-proof. It's algorithm-proof. And it will work. Hi, my name is Alston Godbold, and I teach platform-proof monetization. I show you step-by-step how you can make money online without having to worry about unpredictable, unstable algorithms and even things like the recession. And if you want to be added to the globe, comment down below with your city, state, zip code, province, or country, and I'll get you pinned. So let's be honest, we've heard how the creator economy is booming, and it continues to boom until it doesn't. Brand deals dry up, more people wind up fighting for crumbs with regard to the ad revenue. I want to get you out of that content hamster wheel so that you don't have to panic anymore. And tell me if you've seen this happen before. 1 month, you're getting a bunch of reach. You're even getting emails of people that want to partner with you or they want to sponsor your next video. Then all of a sudden, the people that were knocking down your door to work with you have disappeared. You also notice that there are slight changes in the algorithm. The same type of content where you were getting tens of thousands of views, now you're getting just a few hundred, and you're wondering what the heck is going on. According to recent data from the Influencer Marketing Hub, the CPMs dropped 27% during a recession. A third of your income potentially gone when the economics just isn't there. Before I reveal the platform-proof content creator business model, let's talk about a few mistakes that content creators make that prevent them from actually making real money. Number 1, relying on brand deals like it's 2021. When the economy tightens, so does everyone else's belt. Whether you're an individual or you're a corporation, everyone starts counting their pockets a little more closely. What you'll notice is major content creators that have over 100,000 followers, they won't do as many brand deals because these corporations are tightening their belts. The second huge problem is depending on monetization programs that you don't control. Things like the TikTok Creativity Fund or the TikTok Shop, or even the YouTube Partner Program, you have no control over, and so it's almost like a crapshoot every single month. And you might not notice it right away. You might just think, hey, the money is down just a little bit, but as time goes on, you will start losing more and more money, which will leave you confused, frustrated, and potentially even broke. And mistake number 3, having one offer and one audience. Now, most creators, they never build anything of their own, but the ones that do, they usually have a single product business with no backup plan. And then eventually, when that one thing stops selling, their business dries up. And what you've got to realize is that platforms are businesses. Their main goal, their main priority is to keep their viewers on the platform because that's how they make their money. And they're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that they don't lose money, which may result in you, the content creator, losing money in the form of lower CPMs. In addition, algorithms shift to keep people clicking and watching. So if you've ever noticed that the content that worked 6 months ago no longer works, it's because the consumer sentiment has changed and the algorithms no longer favor that type of content. But now that we know what doesn't work, the 3 mistakes that people make, let's go ahead and get into the platform-proof creator business model that will show you exactly what works and how you can implement it step by step. And let's be honest, if your business relies on just one way of making money, you don't actually have a business. It would be like Amazon just relying on selling one type of book in order to make money. Amazon has millions of products that they use to help them make millions and trillions of dollars. Think of your business the same way. What I want you to understand is if you really want to thrive in today's economy, you want to have multiple revenue streams feeding into your business. And the 3 revenue streams that we're going to cover today actually balance each other out so that you're not solely dependent on one product or service. Let's go ahead and get into the 3-stream recession-proof model. First, we have high-ticket, low-volume offers. These bring in big revenue without needing huge audiences. We have reoccurring revenue memberships. This smooths out income with reliable monthly payments. And then we have strategic passive digital products, and these give you scale without trading time for money. Now, we will get into each one of these more in depth so that you know exactly what to do and how to implement them. But the great thing about this is that these revenue streams are platform proof. They're algorithm resistant. So you can make money whether things are looking great and there's tons of money flowing in, or if times are pretty tough and we're in a recession. Before we break down each one of these methods in greater detail, let's talk about the implementation timeline. Because you don't need 100,000 followers to start making money. You don't even need 10,000. You don't even need 5,000. What we can do is over the next 90 days is we can build out a sustainable and successful revenue model that puts money in your pocket. So in the first 30 days, you're going to launch your high ticket offer or service. This can be something like one-on-one coaching or maybe even a done-for-you service. For example, let's say your niche is helping people grow on TikTok. You could create a high ticket service where you're working with clients on a one-to-one basis, helping them get more views and monetize their account. Or if you offered a done-for-you service, you could offer done-for-you scripts that are guaranteed to get more views. In the next 60 days, you launch a beta version of your membership, and then within 90 days, you launch your first digital product and email automation. And the reason why we do it this way, which I'll explain in just a moment, is strategic. We're purposely going from high to low, okay? Each layer builds on the last, giving you leverage and long-term growth opportunity. I don't want you to think that this is just some theory pie-in-the-sky approach. If you zoom out and you look at any successful creator, this is usually the format that they've gone. In fact, this is the format that I've implemented many times when times were good and when times were bad. Let's go ahead and get into the first method, which is high-ticket, low-volume offers. If you're looking to generate income fast and you're looking to make $3,000, the fastest way would be to offer a high-ticket product. A high-ticket product is where you're going to sell a product or a service starting at $500, $500 and up. Now, the amount that you charge will really vary based on your target audience and your niche, but if you are teaching people how to get more views in TikTok so that they can make money or they can fire their boss, you can charge $1,999 for a high-ticket offer. With a high-ticket offer, it solves a real problem, and you're going to charge a premium for it. A high-ticket offer includes one-on-one coaching, as I mentioned, or it can be a done-for-you service. The best part about this with the high ticket is you're getting cash in the door. You immediately have cash flow that you can reinvest in other things. And the reason why this works is during a recession, customers stop dabbling and they stop dipping their toe in, and they're looking for results. They want something that is actually going to help them, and that's where your one-on-one coaching or done-for-you service can come in. In my experience, customers stop buying courses that are ranged between $199 and $499, and they're looking for something that is going to make an immediate impact into their business. And so here's why this is recession-proof. When the market gets tough, high-ticket clients don't disappear, they just become more intentional. If your offer helps them save time, save money, or make more money, they'll pay for it. As I've said, I think in every video now, people will buy from you if you can save them time, save them money, help them make more money, or avoid their frustration, they'll buy from you. And the best part about high ticket is you don't need a huge audience. You don't need 1 million followers. It doesn't rely on platforms or algorithms, and you get cash directly in the front door. It can also help with testimonials, and it can also help with proof of concept. So here's how you can implement it step by step. Step number 1, identify your high ticket sweet spot. And what you're going to do is you're going to say, what can I do better or faster than most? What problem am I solving? And who is willing to pay for speed, clarity, or done-for-you help? For example, a content creator offers a content strategy audit for $497. A mindset coach offers a 90-day burnout recovery program for $997. Next, you're simply going to package and price for today's economy. Focus on outcomes and not time. In general, if you want to sell stuff online, you have to sell the transformation. Understand where your target audience is right now, and then tell them where they will be after they work with you. That's the transformation. And point A to point B doesn't have to be some grandiose plan. Point B doesn't have to be making $3 million per month. Point A could be them not creating any content and making any money online to making their first $500 or $1,000 with your one-on-one help and coaching. The other option is offer flexible payment plans, and then you can name your offer after the result. Step 3 is build a low-lift sales system. So you can start DM conversations, you can also do email automation, and then you can also do an application funnel with a one-call close. Each one of these will help you convert people that are interested into buyers. One drawback of this method is you will have a few looky-loos, people that are just kind of kicking the tires and they want to see what you're pricing. You'll also have people that are your potential competitors to getting an idea or feel of what you're doing so that they can offer something similar. The best part about this method is that you don't have to offer a webinar and you're not launching. You're not launching every 6 weeks because that can be incredibly stressful and time consuming. What you can do is you can create content on the front end through social media, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, you name it, attract people to you, your target audience, and then you can DM conversations. You can get them on your mailing list with a lead magnet or a freebie offer. Step number 4 is scale the delivery without burnout. You can use templates, frameworks, and recorded assets, limit one-to-one coaching time with boundaries and clarity, and then offer group or hybrid formats as demand grows. And so the reason why this works is that this is actually based on building relationships. When you're sliding in DMs or when you're talking to people, it's all based on the engagement that they made initially on your content. These aren't cold DMs or cold emails that you're sending out. It's people that have seen you and have resonated with your content at least once before. So the common objection that people have when it comes to doing one-to-one or a done-for-you service is they believe that they're not an expert and so they don't have anything to teach. And you don't need to be an expert. You, in reality, just need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of the people that are behind you, and you need to be willing to learn. If you have those 2 things, you can be a high-ticket coach or consultant. But more importantly, you should also structure your offer around what you know. And what you know is what you have experience in, what you have stories about. And there's someone out there that is willing to pay a high price or a high penny for whatever it is that you know and understand. So the best way to think about high ticket offers is selling a fast pass to a solution. It's kind of like when people go to Disney and they pay more to skip the line. Sure, they paid to get into Disney and they paid for all sorts of stuff, but there's a select group of people, a much smaller group of people that are willing to pay an extra $200, $300 to have the result that they're looking for, whether it's riding on a merry-go-round or getting more views on their content. They're willing to pay more to get ahead, get faster results, and be happier. Now, if you're looking to skip the line on achieving results, check out my membership, Platform Proof Profits. Inside the membership, we cover everything you need to start building a successful high-ticket business. The membership includes live Q&A calls twice a month. It includes a course that helps you get up and running, finding your niche, and much more. Check out the first link in the description if you want to learn more. Now, the second level to this, so the 60-day framework or time frame, is actually building out a reoccurring revenue model. And you're going to do this with a membership. And the best part about a membership is that you can get paid every single month from the same person as long as the customer is achieving a result. As long as they're happy, as long as they're feeling value, they'll keep paying you. And this is going to add stability in your business. Unlike high-ticket coaching and the third method that we'll discuss later on, you're not starting off every single month at zero. You're starting off every single month with the group of people that decide to join your reoccurring membership. Now, as I mentioned, high-ticket offers, the first one that we mentioned, offers a cash injection. You get paid right away. But this is going to be that leveling off, that stabilization that every business wants and needs. Think about Amazon. Amazon has products that they sell one-off, but their best option, the best product that they have is Prime because it's a reoccurring revenue model. They're not starting off at zero every single month. One of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to a recession is the belief that people stop spending. They don't stop spending, they become more intentional with what they spend their money on. If you can create a membership that people value, they'll continue spending money on it as long as they get value out of it. Inside of your membership, you're going to offer consistent value. You're going to offer support. You're going to offer encouragement, and you're going to work to help them achieve the result that they're looking for. So let's go ahead and talk about what it is. It's a low to mid-ticket monthly membership that gives your audience ongoing access to a private community, which is really important so they can get support from others, exclusive content, coaching, and or tools, monthly challenges, workshops, or question and answer sessions, and then a roadmap that supports real transformation. Again, there's that word transformation. Now you can sell your membership for $17, $47, or even $97 per month. The amount that you charge really depends on the problem that you're solving or the transformation you're helping people achieve. If the membership is in something like make money online, fitness, health, wealth, relationships, maybe even technology, you can charge a little bit more. However, if your membership is in like basket weaving or underwater basket weaving, you're going to be looking to charge a little bit less. It's not that it's not valuable, it's just the type of problem that you're solving. And so here's why it's recession-proof. When people cut big expenses, they look for affordable consistency and not one-off solutions. And so this helps people solve problems with support. One of the biggest problems people have when it comes to courses is that they don't have a place to ask questions and get answers and help that they need. And it creates a dependable monthly income that doesn't disappear when the algorithm changes. And finally, it builds a sticky brand because people stick around for community, not just content. The members of the community are going to get more value from other members of the community that are going through the exact same problems as them. And so they're going to stick around to be able to communicate and talk to each other. So here's how you're going to implement this step by step. Step number one is you're going to build the framework. Here you're going to ask yourself, what is the main transformation or outcome this community delivers? What content or support will make people say, I'm never leaving? So in communities that I've offered before, I've had weekly live group coaching. I've offered bi-weekly, so twice a month, live Q&A sessions. I've provided additional templates to help people achieve a result. Workshops every single month. It really all depends on what you're charging, the amount of value that you can provide, and what your potential customers need to help them achieve a result. So here are a few ideas. Skill building memberships for YouTube Growth Lab, challenge-based membership for 30 days of Reels, support communities like a burnout recovery cycle, and then price it for the current economy. Start low, build retention, and then upsell. The other great thing about a recurring membership is that you can still sell additional products and services inside the membership to make even more money. So you can start with like $9 to $27 per month and then increase it until you notice that people are no longer paying. And then you can add the higher tiers later on with coaching and resources. Next, you are going to focus on retention and not hype. You want to build habits like weekly check-ins, monthly themes, give access to you, not just videos. One of the biggest reasons people join communities is so that they can speak directly to you. They value your expertise, and so they want to get information from the guru, the coach, the mentor, something that they can't get from just buying an online course. And then you can automate the onboarding and celebrate member milestones and celebrate when new members enroll. Make sure that you are focusing on community over content. People don't stay for the PDFs. They stay for the other people. Create a space where they can talk, share, ask questions, and get seen. One thing that you're going to have to balance is talking too much in your own memberships. You want to make it so that other community members are answering questions that help build a sense of community. You don't want it where just one person is talking to everyone and people are hesitant to ask and answer questions. And the best part about this is that your membership lives off platform. It's not hosted on TikTok or even YouTube. You can build it on a third party. You can build it in Kajabi, Gbolt systems. You can even build it inside of a Facebook group, but it's off the algorithm. It's not depending on the algorithm. It's not depending on the platform. Now, one of the biggest objections here is that I don't have a big enough audience to make this worthwhile. Some would argue that the inverse is true. The smaller, the more intimate the audience, the faster that you'll be able to grow, because these people know you from the start. They understand your mission, they understand what your niche is, and they can have the potential to be your biggest cheerleader. Right, let's go ahead and get into part number 3, which are passive digital products. Now, a digital product is a teeny tiny template, workbook, ebook. It's a teeny tiny solution that people are going to try and achieve on their own. What I want you to do is think about it like this. There's a DIY project, so do it yourself. That's what a digital product is. There's a done with you. That's what the group coaching is. And then there's a done for you, or a done with you plus, which is what the one-on-one coaching or service is. If high ticket is a cash flow and memberships are for stability, digital products are your scaling engine. Okay, not everybody is going to want to spend money on a monthly recurring coaching program, and even fewer people are going to want the one-on-one coaching. The digital products are going to allow you to scale to the higher level. Think of it kind of like an inverted pyramid. The biggest group of people are going to be that digital product, and then slightly underneath that, a smaller group of people are going to be your recurring revenue, and then even smaller down to that fine point are going to be your high ticket clients. A digital product is a thing that you create one time. It solves a very specific problem, and you can sell it to many people at a relatively inexpensive price. This is going to be automated. So you create it, you create a sales funnel, you create a website, and it sells on its own 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So let's talk about what counts as a digital product. Notion dashboards, toolkits, templates, mini courses or video trainings, swipe files, planners, worksheets, AI-generated content packs, and even curated resource bundles. If it saves time, reduces stress, or solves a small but annoying problem, it can be a product. And the reason why this is recession-proof is when budgets tighten, people stop buying coaching, but they'll still buy a $17 toolkit that helps them fix something now. If it solves an immediate pain point or problem, they can buy it. Pricing it at $7 or $17, it creates a low barrier to entry, and they can test the waters to see if you know what you're talking about, and it might actually set up a situation in the future where they elect to work with you at a more closer level. This can create impulse purchases. Think about that candy bar that's at the checkout line. As people are walking out the door, they say, I really wanted a Snickers, let me just throw it into the cart. You can scale to hundreds or thousands of buyers, and some of those people are going to turn into more expensive or high ticket clients of yours. So here's what you're going to do step by step. You're going to create a product ladder. Structure your offer at multiple price points. You're going to have a free lead magnet, something you give away for free, and then you're going to have a low ticket product that's going to be your template, workbook, cheat sheet, something along those lines. Then if they buy that, they're going to see what's called an upsell. That's the next logical step that they need. That could be a mini course. That could be maybe a coaching call if you wanted to. And then there's another upsell on the back end, which could be a full-length course or bundle. So what you'd want to do is you want to start with that $17 digital product, and then you can add in the upsells later on. Step 2, solve a recession-specific problem. Ask yourself, what are people struggling with right now? How can I give them a fast win, not just more education? For example, a $300 per month side hustle planner, Notion budgeting system for freelancers, and client retention scripts for coaches. Then step 3, use evergreen funnels. Set up an email welcome sequence that leads to your product. Bonus points for a time-sensitive discount. Use Gumroad, StanStore, System.io, or Gbolt systems to get started. And then it sells without you. You can use social media to drive traffic. Pinterest, YouTube, blogging. Just make sure that you are learning SEO. Now, what you've got to understand is 4 billion people have access to the internet, and they're not all hanging out in one place. So find a place that you feel comfortable. Go there and create content to attract people to you. Now, the common objection people will have is that this market is saturated. And saturation is kind of a good thing. You know that there are people hungry in this market to have their problems solved. I tell everybody inside of my community that If a market isn't saturated and competitive, that means there's no money in it, right? Right now, there's nobody interested in custom COVID masks. That's not saturated. Think about it like that, okay? The thing that makes you stand out are your unique stories, the way that you connect with your target audience. So if you're talking to their pain points and you're using your stories to connect with them, that makes you different. That helps you stand out, and that's that differentiating factor that you need where people will buy from you. Also, if you have a unique framework, so if you do things a little bit differently, the order that you do things, that'll help you differentiate from everybody else as well. Let's go ahead and get into implementation timeline so that you can get started today. So here's the 90-day timeline. Your first 30 days, you're going to get cash flow fast. You're going to identify your high ticket offer, whether that's one-on-one coaching or a done for you thing. You're going to build a simple DM or one call sales system, land your first 1 or 3 clients, and your goal really is to validate your offer and start covering your bills, right? If you are selling an $1,000 offer, you just need 3 sales to make $3,000 in 1 month. By day 60, you're going to add stability, and that stability is going to be the reoccurring membership. So you're going to launch a lean version of your membership. So one way to think about this, a real simple thing that you can do, once you have your high ticket offer together, break that down into a monthly reoccurring membership, and then pull one aspect, the first aspect, and turn that into a digital product. So let's say, for example, your one-to-one offer is going to be helping people make their first $3,000 per month, right? You're going to help them create passive income first $3,000 per month. That's the one-to-one, one-on-one coaching. Then the individual steps that you are going to take to get them there, that can be your reoccurring monthly membership. Each month you focus on a different aspect. And then the first step, the first milestone that they need to achieve to make $3,000 per month, that could be like a niche research guide or your first 30 content ideas. You can take that and make that into a digital product that sells evergreen for you. For your reoccurring membership, focus on retention over perfection. You can use Loom, Notion, or Circle for content and community. Your goal here is to start making $1,000 per month in reoccurring revenue. And then finally, your digital product. Launch and build your first evergreen digital product. Basically, like I mentioned, you're going to take a portion out of your reoccurring membership and turn that into a digital product. Set up an automated email funnel. Plug it into your TikTok bio, YouTube description, or link. And then your goal here is to make $2,000 per month in product sales. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need to invest about 10 hours per week. If you can invest more, that would be great. The tools, you're going to need StanStore, Gumroad, System.io, or Gbolt Systems to create a sales page and to collect payments. You can also use Gbolt Systems for email marketing. And then you can use Canva, Notion, and ChatGPT. And then you might want to get a virtual assistant eventually, but you don't have to worry about that up front. So real quick, let's get into risk mitigation tactics. Here's what you can do to future-proof your business. Number 1, monitor economic trends. Keep an eye on simple but powerful indicators like inflation and unemployment reports, interest rate changes, and platform policy shifts. 2, offer adjustment strategy. When the market shifts, you should too. Bundle more value into memberships, add quick win versions of your digital products, offer low ticket consults to fill your high ticket pipeline. So basically what you're going to do is you can tell people that you'll meet with them one-to-one for $50. And then you meet with them for an hour. And at the end of that hour, you upsell them into one-to-one coaching. Say, hey, look, we covered a lot of information this last hour, but I think you could really benefit from more coaching. And if you decide to upgrade your coaching today, it'll only cost you $4.99, whereas normally it'll cost you $9.97, right? It's not about lowering prices, it's about increasing perceived value. And then cash flow management. Set aside 20% of your revenue during good months. Use Stripe and PayPal automations to split payments into spend and save. Avoid stacking expenses that depend on growth. And then make sure that you have a diversified platform. Don't just rely on these algorithms to make you money and bring you clients. Make sure that you have an email list. Make sure that you're on multiple platforms. Over the next 90 days, you should be, in the beginning, focus on one platform, so Instagram. Then, as time goes on, 30 days later, add in a new platform. And then 30 days after that, add in another platform. Make sure that you have a platform that focuses on both short-term and long-term content so that you can get immediate traction, and then you can build traction over the long term. So real quickly, let's bring it all together. Step number 1, the creator flywheel effect. High ticket equals fast cash flow. Memberships equal monthly stability, and digital products offer scalable revenue. So here's a realistic timeline for the next 1 year. 2 high ticket clients a month, which will equal about $2,000. 50 membership members, which would be about another $1,350. And then 5 product sales a day, which would put you at $2,550 per month. And so that's how you could realistically make almost $6,000 per month. So before I let you go, I will encourage you, if you want my direct help, I've seen some people say that they want my help, check out my membership, Platform Proof Profits membership, where we go over things like this more in depth. We talk about email marketing, content creation. We cover the entire process so that you can start making money. We also talk about things like incorporating affiliate links, which wasn't covered in this video, but incorporating affiliate links into your membership or into your digital products so that you can make even more money. If you want to learn more, click on the first link in the description to get started today. Also, now that you know about the recession-proof content creator business model, watch this video next if you want to learn how to monetize your YouTube channel in just 2 days.